Welcome to Common Sense Investing. My name is Cameron, and this is a channel that tries to find the best microcap stocks, the best stocks to buy, and hopefully hold for the long term. So this is not a day trading channel. I typically say we are looking to find good stocks, buy good stocks, and keep good stocks on this channel. The hopefully, maybe good stock that we're looking at today, California Nanotechnologies. California Nanotechnologies has earnings coming up. So in this video, I want this video to be an introduction to this company. We're going to look at what they do, go through some of their investor presentation. I'm going to look at some of their numbers and what I am looking for in their upcoming earnings. And then finally, a little bit of my opinion. Let's get started. What they do, their products and services, to me are a mix of kind of complicated and kind of simple at the same time. So being described as they engage in the research, development, and production of nanocrystalline materials through grain size reduction, Cal Nano is on a mission to bring next generation materials to market. With cutting edge technologies, we imagine a world in which our advanced technologies are used to make the most innovative products on this planet and beyond. So what the heck is that? It starts with cryogenic milling. This is their core technology number one. They have one process patent granted. And what they're talking about here is a specialized grinding process conducted in a cryogenic liquid environment of negative 190 degrees Celsius to reduce particle sizes. So super cold, it allows the reduction of particle sizes for the processing of different materials. They can handle dangerous materials because of the cold. Basically, this is, you can already tell, a very, very niche product. They talk about applications like aerospace. So cryogenic milling is their speculative up-and-coming revenue source, but their main revenue driver is spark plasma sintering. So this is a process that can rapidly create materials and components with unique properties that are not possible with traditional manufacturing techniques. So you need something manufactured, maybe you need it harder than normal, more flexible than normal, you need it bonded to something that it normally can't bond to. You can't find it on Alibaba. Right? Because normal manufacturing processes simply can't build what you need. You come to California Nanotechnologies and their spark plasma sintering. Now, because what they're doing is so niche, it takes time. As you can tell here, 135 plus global customers who have partnered with Cal Nano, 7,500 plus runs performed on proprietary equipment for customers. So prove it, right? You say that you can do this, prove it. They do research, they build something for somebody. It's just one more piece of evidence that what this company is doing is actually proving their process, proving their materials, proving that they can build what you need. And as that gets out, as it gets advertised, more people see this, more companies see this. Cal Nano all of a sudden becomes a solution for more larger companies that can't manufacture the exact pieces of what they need. Now, that's the basics. They have a long investor deck here that you can go look at, including talking about their total addressable market, how they can help supply chains, who they're going to sell to, some case studies of businesses that they helped and how they did it, their growth strategy, which I must say is a very organic growth model. Basically, they're looking for word of mouth, right, from their partners. They have partners as a company. As they provide a product to a company, they encourage the company to say, absolutely, let's do a case study. Let's talk about California Nanotechnologies and how they help me. And they're hoping that grows as more businesses become aware of this solution that they're providing. So not a merger and acquisition company. A slide here saying there's not a lot of competition. So I love a company that can have information on their competition, which helps us investors have a look and research. But California Nanotechnologies, basically their competition right now, they're saying in their slide deck, is universities and labs, basically at this point, some of the manufacturers. But nobody is putting together everything and producing materials like they are. Management team, always good to look at. I don't have time right now. Feel free, if you want to learn more about this company, research California Nanotechnologies, talk about management team, talk about the board of directors, which you absolutely need a great management team and a great board of directors in a small cap and a micro cap stock. If you want to invest, feel free to join the free Discord here where we talk about a lot of great companies. This is for everybody. You can join. We chat about all these fantastic companies that I cover on my channel, as well as recently I've opened up a Patreon that is a paid Discord, and that's where we have conversations and information that I can't put out on a public forum. So a couple great options for you. But next up, we have to look at the numbers because thankfully, California Nanotechnologies is. So this is not a pre-revenue company. This is not a massively speculative company. They're producing revenue. They're producing earnings. They're growing. How fast can they grow? That's what they're talking about here, saying they're focusing on efficiency and it's driving their financial performance. These numbers are from July of 2023 when this investor deck was released. So in the upcoming earnings, we want to compare the earnings numbers to these historical numbers, like improving the balance sheet with debt being paid down. Is that continuing into the back half, early part of 2024? Now, before I get to the numbers and my opinion, do not forget, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm definitely not your financial advisor. This channel is set up just for average investors to have great communication about the best microcap stocks that we can find. This is not how to invest. This is simply how I invest. I could be wrong. Here are their earnings up to August 31st, 2023, and there's some fantastic things here to point out and a couple minor red flags maybe. So you can see their revenue growth, cash flow, and net income. Their revenue growth has increased significantly, going from, 200, 400,000 per quarter. The last couple quarters, 500,000, 685,000. So a lot of these tiny companies will be lumpy. You will see revenue kind of be inconsistent from quarter to quarter. Typically what I'm looking for is a trend in the right direction. This is definitely showing a trend. The other thing that's been going in the right direction and getting a little bit less lumpy, net income, right? So they had a couple quarters with some pretty decent losses. They have had a couple quarters with some pretty decent gains. However, again, previous 2 quarters in May and August, net income were both consistently up. So that's absolutely great to see. I think the red flags for me, for some reason, we'll have to go look, do your own research as earnings are coming up. Cash flow is down. So the only thing that's kind of down here is you can see nice, healthy cash flows in previous quarters. And then for some reason, all of a sudden, cash flow is negative in May 31st and just a tiny cash inflow from operations in August 31st. So definitely something to look at, but some positive numbers here. And managing that cash is always important because, again, because of the low numbers in cash at the end of the period has been going down. They went from having a very, very, very slim, lean 184,000 in August 31st of 2022 to 153,000 August 31st, 2023. Where is the cash going next? Looking for hints into the future growth and health of this company, I do have to say it's interesting what I'll be watching for in the upcoming earnings. Accounts receivable has gone up from 175,000 to 550,000. So it's looking like consistent revenue growth should be occurring, as well as accounts payable has gone down from 400,000 to 338. Because of this increase in accounts receivable, their total assets have gone up somewhat insignificantly. Their total liabilities are staying about the same, so nothing major to see here. So really, I'll be focusing on in the upcoming earnings what I think we all do with these tiny little companies, right? We don't need them to be perfect. Their financial balance sheet is not going to be perfect all the time. This is like a $5 million market cap company. But what I would like to see is if you look at this revenue, right? $600,000 for the first 6 months of last year, all the way up to almost $1.2 million for the first part of this year, 2023. Expenses are up as well, but they are not climbing as much as the revenue growth. So they have an income from operations. They're growing their revenue. Their expenses are not increasing as high as their revenue, and those are some positive signs. So let's wrap this up. Risk versus reward right now of California Nanotechnologies. My opinion going into earnings, again, not financial advice, just some things that I wanted to point out to people. Operating cash has gone down for some reason. Revenue is going up, net income is going up, but their cash has been coming in a little bit lighter. That's concerning. I'd like to see why. I'd like to understand that better. They're still a small company, so could be massive fluctuations in share price depending on their upcoming earnings, right? 1 penny is a huge change for a company like California Nanotechnologies, and they do have some debt to go look at, right? I didn't cover that too much in this video. A little over 1 million, somewhere between $1 and $2 million of debt that we need to be concerned about. So those are some of the red flags, but some green flags, some things that I would like to see continue that make this a very interesting investment opportunity. Revenue in the past 6 months compared to last year and this year is up 98.8%. So it's almost doubled. Expenses are only up 55%. Because of that, because of the increase in revenue and the less increase of expenses, net income is up 301%. If this tiny little company can continue on this path, I mean, let me know your opinion, but California Nanotechnologies is definitely making my watch list. I will continue coverage on this company in the future. As always, thank you for your time. Here's another video covering some of my other fantastic stocks, my top 5 Canadian stocks, microcap stocks for you to watch. I really appreciate it. You could be anywhere and you're here watching this with me. Thank you so much.